batter is Pete Alonso. Grounder to short. Arcee has got it. They did it! Despite all the adversity, all the twists and turns, the Braves battle their way back into the playoffs for a 7th straight season. An unprecedented day, a final day to a season unlike any we've ever seen, but in a season where so much seemed to go wrong, the Braves somehow still got it right.
Nobody said it was going to be easy. I think we thought it was going to be easy when the season started, but adversity struck throughout the season. But these guys never gave up. The front office pivoted and made some big moves that really worked out. Everybody rallied behind that group, and we talked about it for a while. When fans were down, we kept saying, listen, at the end of this, it is going to be so incredibly rewarding to get to the postseason because of those lows. And A.J. Minter, I mentioned it earlier, said it best. You got to embrace the suck and keep moving forward. And this team did. And what a moment. They all feel different. And this one feels especially different for the Braves, and they did it.
Game 1 was such a roller coaster of emotions. It matched the season. Unfortunately, it went the way of the Mets. But the Braves hung in there, and with all hands on deck in Game 2, they got it done with a 3-0 victory, and they are off to San Diego to take on the Padres in the wild card round starting tomorrow night. And I know that there will be a lot of discussion on that flight and tomorrow about how Brian Snitker, Rick Kranitz, and how they're going to organize everything, what they're going to do with the pitching. But we said it when we came on the air today, CJ. You just do what you have to do to get in, and the Braves were able to make that happen.
This team runs deep enough to be able to make it happen. Yes, it was a lot of work to get through these two. Not what you wanted. You had to use Ronaldo Lopez. You had to use Grant Holmes. So be it. They answered the bell. They get you in the postseason. They'll figure it out. What happened these last few days and how they've had to manage this pitching has been pretty incredible. And while you want it to always be perfect and feel like it's going to be smooth, again, nobody intimidated by what's coming next and how they figure out that they'll get this thing done.
So they put on their October ready shirts on the last day of September. It'll be a brief celebration and then right back to business for the Atlanta Braves. Well, look, you got to give a hat tip to a lot of people today, but Spencer Schwanenbach, even though Game 1 didn't turn out well, the rookie was masterful. And then in a must-win, an absolute must-win, Grant Holmes threw 4 perfect innings, ran into some trouble in the 5th, but he did his job in Game 2.
The way that those two were going, where it's so smooth that you almost, if you're not careful, take it for granted. Like, oh yeah, just give me another 0, a couple more strikeouts, and they made it look easy, and it is not. And again, it goes to how impressive those two guys are. Different paths to get to the big leagues, close friends, best hair in the game combined, although Daysbel Hernandez may want to have a conversation about that. But it's so fun to watch that happen. And again, it is such a tip of the cap to the front office, to the scouts, to the player development people that had these guys in the minor leagues that had to play such huge roles for this team to get to the postseason. They are not here without Spencer Schwellenbach. They are not here without Grant Holmes. They're not here without the waiver pickups of Ramon Laureano and thinking about Giovanni Urshela. So many things had to go right. They had to pivot, and they got it done.
Hannah is with Brian Snitker.
Yes, we were just talking down here, and there's so much excitement. Snit, you and I were just having the conversation about belief in this group since day one. How proud are you of this team in this moment?
Yeah, you know what? Very much so. I mean, they're all special. This one even more so, I think. Because you know, I'm congratulated all the guys. I mean, it's a special moment, man. You're never guaranteed this, and I think you should savor and enjoy every ounce of it because, you know what, we've been doing this for 7 months, and so it's kind of nice to get on that airplane, take a nap.
Absolutely. A huge congratulations to this team. No one could have predicted the amount of adversity this group would face in a season like this and also overcome. How much did the next man up mentality play?
Oh my God, it is awesome. I mean, I didn't. I mean, when we were I told Whit one day, I was like, we're running out of you rejects to play, So, no, that's awesome. Like I said, I'm really happy for the guys. They put so much into this on a daily basis, and their families and everything. So it's a special time when you get to go because you never know. You know what? We're in. Anything can happen now.
You're in 7 straight postseason berths for this organization. What's the underlying factor?
Oh, man, the players, the organization. Because I said it takes this whole building to make something like that happen. Alex, all the Mike Plant and Derek Schiller, Terry McGurk, everybody. It takes the whole building to make all this happen.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Yes, Snit's got to go get in the celebration picture, joining the rest of the crew as the Braves are indeed off to the playoffs for the 7th consecutive season.
I love it. The rejects. Here they come, and they're taking them into the postseason, and it's not an insult, right? These guys understand what he means by that, and that is such a great phrase because they opened up their arms to those rejects and said, come on, we need some help, and they delivered.
Yep, Gio Urshela, Whit Merrifield, Ramon Laureano. This guy is such a big part of this October story now for the Atlanta Braves. Hannah's with Matt Olson.
Matt, you think about the ups and downs of today, of this season in entirety. What made it possible?
We've just been grinding all throughout the year. Obviously, we know about the injuries and haven't played our best baseball by any means. And, we came here today. Obviously, we had a chance to do it yesterday. Had a chance to do it the first game. Didn't get it done either way. We could have shut down, but came out and found a way to push through. And, it's all zeros starting tomorrow, so we're excited.
Next man up mentality, how much of a role did it play this season?
Yeah, a little more than you would have hoped for. But, I've said a lot. Nobody cares on the outside. Every team goes through injuries. We lost some bigger names, some guys who've done a lot in the game. But, that's what Alex does such a great job for. He goes out, he finds pieces, and that next man up mentality, like you said.
You've been a part of postseason runs before. What makes this group special heading into October?
I feel like we've been tested throughout this year. It hasn't come easy for us by any means. We found a way to push through, come back in some games, grind out some wins. And that's the kind of stuff you're going to have to do in the postseason. So to have that happen for 162, you get ready for it.
So much, Matt. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well, we talked about all the replacements, but Matt Olson, he punched his time card every day. Once again, playing in all 162 this year for the Atlanta Braves. And they are prepping for a celebration that will probably be brief, but will still be sweet.
That's right. Listen, they all feel the same. They're all awesome. Yes, it'll be a little bit quicker because you got business that starts tomorrow on the West Coast. And so you have to enjoy the moments because you never know when you're going to have them. And there's a lot of guys that have that uniform on right now that are going through it for the first time. And we believe that this team will advance, but you always got to take it like you just never know. And so enjoy this moment here. Get on that airplane and go make us proud out in San Diego.
Saw Brian Snitker. There's with grandson Hank. Other ones, Luke and Jude down there as well. That's what it's all about, getting to enjoy those moments with those that mean the most. And after a first game that brought so much dejection, just to have this moment of exhale and to know that they're in, what a relief. There's the reaction after the final out, the ground out to Orlando Arcia.
Rysel has been doing it all year long, and that's what we get to see after he finished things up. And there is that sense of relief, certainly the sense of pride again because of what this season has been. But cutting it a little bit closer than we all expected, These last couple of days have been an absolute grind. I feel like I've gotten in a fight every time I go get in my car and after this one, but it is all worth it.
You think about, you go to the beginning of the year, how the injury started to plague this team. Of course, the loss of Strider, a Cy Young candidate, Acuna, reigning MVP. That was in and of itself a big enough blow that would have taken most teams under. Then the other injuries started to mount up. Murphy, Harris, Albies, Riley, even the pitchers that sometimes battled things. But through all of it, the Braves kept their head above water and made this moment possible. And now they will live to play another day and live to play in October yet again. We will be in the clubhouse for the celebration in just a little bit. The guys arriving there now. And a little celebration before they get on the plane out to San Diego. We've got champagne up here in the booth, partner.
I mean, why not? I think certainly earned. I mean, I am drained. I am absolutely drained, but so much fun. You get so wrapped up in this thing, right? I mean, we are fans with the really amazing view that we have, and we ride that roller coaster with every single one of you, and certainly with those guys as well. And I already got into this thing a little bit because I needed it. But
to you, Braves country, thanks for sharing in this with us. And that is a good segue. Before we go down to the clubhouse to celebrate with his team, we share some great moments of 2024 with all of you at home. The Big Bear with a big fly. Yep. Bare hands. That is a sensational play by Austin Riley.
Wonderful pitching by Spencer Schwellenbach.
A rookie continues to excel. Orlando, how about that? Another dazzling play from the Braves shortstop.
Throw home is in time. A perfect toss from Jared Kelnick.
Stopped by Riley. Throws across, and that'll do it.
It is a grand slam for Travis d'Arnaud. His third homer of the night.
That is painted on the outside corner. Struck him out. Max Fried having his own Boston K party. That baby is not coming back. And he's swinging and missing at Charlie Morton's curveball. Harris is back. Oh my! He brought it back. Ozzie Albies diving stop. Ozzie Albies. He lifts it high. He lifts it deep. That day is gone. Double play. For the ballpark holding. Kelnick has it. Welcome back, Michael Harris. A grand slam into McCovey Cove.
And the Braves refuse to go quietly.
Ho, ho, ho! Put that on the highlight reel. Matt Olson hits it high. Matt Olson hits it deep. It's a grand slam. Safe! And the Braves find a way. Jorge Soler with a moonshot. Michael will charge. Oh, he got it. Got it. Schwellenbach gassed him up. And Schwellenbach is rolling. And it's into the chop house for a big fly from the Big Bear. He struck him out. A masterpiece. Travis d'Arnaud with the biggest home run of the Braves season. And they walk it off 2-1. Buckle up. That ball is hit out to left. The Braves are going to grab the lead back. And it's 7-6 Atlanta. Let's go! 3 outs to head to the postseason, and it will be Raisel Iglesias. Crowder to short. Arcea's got it. They did it! Despite all the adversity, all the twists and turns, the Braves battle their way back into the playoffs for a 7th straight season.
Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the postseason for the 7th year in a row. A grind unlike any other. I'm struck by one of the calls made by Brandon Gaulton within that montage that says, somehow the Braves find a way. They absolutely did once again today to earn their spot in some October baseball as you see the dabs and bounds all around after a big win over the Mets in the back end of a doubleheader. Alex Anthopoulos, Terry McGurk, and everybody in that Braves organization ready to pop a little champagne, if only for a little while before hitting the road and heading out to San Diego. It is well-deserved, hard-earned, the word relief, alleviation. You could see it on the players' faces, and there it is. The moment.
Come on, Snick, because it stings.
He's had a few of these, Pete.
He knows.
But it feels like you want to have it sting just a little bit and then cover up immediately afterwards.
Absolutely not. The play is to get them straight in your face the minute you can. But this feels like such relief for these guys. I think that's the biggest word you saw at the end of the game. There was so much emotion poured into that first game. And just to get through that second one with the result that you needed, now you can just relax. Like Stick said, jump on the plane, have a bit of a kip, wake up, try to sleep it off again and get up and do it all tomorrow. But you're in. That's it. That's all I needed to do.
You're in. You got you a spot at that postseason table. Trevor Scales, Pete Morton, and CJ Nikowski actually up in the booth helping us out here, just lending our voices to the celebration, because we can only imagine how stressful it was, CJ, to even get to this point. And when you see these smiles and this level of stuff, it's obvious that this is an outpouring of emotion that's been pent up over the course of not just today, but over the course of a very long season, CJ.
Yeah, that stress is real. The buildup is real. I think we feel it even more so right from our side now because we're such diehards, but these guys feel it too. And if you're not careful, some of that doubt can creep in your mind, and they did not allow that to happen. But, you know, all celebrations are not created equal, right? They're all awesome, but the journey is what makes each and every one special. I know we've said it a lot. I know fans have gotten tired of hearing it, but this is the reality of the 2024 Braves. And that what it is, you know what? Wasn't going to be nearly as easy as you thought, right? What we talk about in spring training, one guy after another, World Series or bust. That's how high the confidence level was. And then the season started, and the baseball gods got involved and said, okay, here's one hand behind your back. Here's another. Now here's a foot tied behind your back. Go get them. Good luck. And yet they figured out a way to get it done. I think that's what makes this so special. That's what I tried to relay as a message to everyone along the way, right? We see these fans. We love these fans. We love this team. They were getting discouraged. They were getting a little bit negative. I said, listen, man, stay positive. You got to. That's the only way that you can do it. There's just no upside to thinking about that negative side. And so you get to this moment right here, and you have an awesome time. You put on a Falcons helmet, you put on some goggles, and you spray champagne all over each other.
You know what? Money Mike is Atlanta born and bred, and that shows you just how dedicated he is to this city. But CJ, like I think your point is so well put in that you just kind of had to hold on, and that is sometimes how a season rolls. You played plenty of seasons in this game, seeing how high the highs can get and how lows they can get as well. But to find a way to stay right there in the middle, and a manager like Stitt is the perfect guy to help you do that in order to make sure that you focus on the task at hand daily.
I think the most important thing to realize now is that there hasn't really been a single team, especially in the National League, that's run away with this. It's not the Dodgers, it's not the Phillies, it's not the Brewers. Yeah, they've all had their moments, but so have the Braves. The Braves have had moments where they've been as good as any team in baseball. The offense has obviously done just enough this week to get us to this point, but at any point that offense could switch and they could go absolutely ballistic. And I've got no doubt that it just takes a couple of early hits, a couple of early runs in this playoffs. Tomorrow's going to be tough. But if anybody can do it, these guys can.
But CJ, you were just a part of a Rangers team that made a wild push at the back end of a season, found themselves playing for a World Series. This stuff can happen at the turn of a dime, and that's just the beauty of being able to just get yourself a spot and be able to potentially make a run on the next day starting.
Yeah, it completely changed the way, after being around this game for so long, how I look at the postseason, because the Rangers last year completely limped in. They lost that last game of the season. They lost the division on the last day of the season. It was a 1-0 loss against a team that had already been eliminated. But the reason that I go back and look at that incredible run that they had, and why I believe the Braves are absolutely capable of the same thing, is because they had good players that showed up in moments. They didn't rely on just one or two guys. Yes, Corey Seager was in the middle of it, and so was Adolis Garcia. But it was other guys like Mitch Garver and Jonah Heim, and we got more than enough of that had here with the Atlanta Braves, plus this amazing pitching staff as well. And so, yes, we're missing some key pieces, but there are other ones that are here, right? This is not a team that somehow found themselves in a postseason. You're like, well, this is probably not a postseason team. No, they are a postseason team with track records. And now what we look for are the moments. Which ones are going to show up? When you go up and down the lineup, it could be anybody that does it. I was asked today on MLB Network Radio about it. Hey, who's the guy that you think the Braves are relying on? I said, there's not one guy. There are multiple guys that can be the guy that day. Now, it was Marcell Ozuna today with the big 2 RBI base hit to give a little bit more comfort. We saw Giovanni Urshela, a guy we never thought we'd be counting on for offense this year, to be a guy. They have plenty of them. There's plenty of talent there. They can absolutely do this thing, and I will never talk about momentum going into the postseason again. I no longer believe in it. I care about players. Do you have good players? If you have good players, then you can win.
Good players, battle-tested players. There's without a doubt a roster full of them when it comes to this Braves organization. And again, champagne showers all around, and Hannah Yates is getting her very first taste of this bad boy with the Atlanta Braves. She was with Dylan Lee.
Dylan, how do you describe the emotions of today?
It's amazing. It's it never gets old, I can tell you that. I can't even, there's no words that can describe it. It's amazing.
How much fun is a moment like this with all of your teammates?
Yep. That's why you enjoy it right there.
We're here for it. Enjoy.
Yeah, just Dylan Lee wearing it in the midst of an interview. But I think the lack of words that are available to, frankly, all of us to describe how this run came together, Pete, it feels, I understand. I don't know what I was watching half the time, and all of this sort of unfolded in front of us. The breaks we were getting as far as towards the back end of this season, and then it's setting up for a day like today to mean as much as it did. It's difficult to really describe, and I'm going to get your thoughts on that on the back end after we hear Hannah Yates with Spencer Schwellenbach.
Spencer, your first Major League Baseball postseason experience. How do you describe the moment?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's something I've been dreaming of as a kid, make the playoffs. You always see these videos on YouTube, Instagram, but to be able to live this one out is really cool.
How does it compare to the dreams you had?
This is better, for sure. This is better.
And after a day like this, how special?
Yeah, for sure. So special. We're heading to San Diego tomorrow, or probably tonight, and looking forward to getting after it there.
Enjoy it.
I think it's just understandable knowing how much was weighing on Spencer Schwellenbach earlier today that he has to be one of the most relieved cats within that clubhouse. Like, it's been unreal.
He's a real one, and the Braves fans have got a couple of Spencers that are going to be pretty dominant. One of them in this postseason and 2 of them next year. He has been so impressive from the minute he got here, from everything that I've heard in that clubhouse, everything that's been asked of him, he's just turned around and accepted it. He's tried to adapt on the job, and he's done it as good as we've seen from anyone, really.
He's definitely navigated a rookie season that has just been filled with twists and turns that no rookie can expect when it comes to joining an organization at a big league level. And CJ, the word poise comes up so much when it comes to Schwellenbach, and it comes across in his interviews and how he pitches. CJ, this dude is just dialed in and mature beyond what feels like his years.
He absolutely is. By the way, I wasn't jealous until I just started seeing those cigars start going right. Now I wish I was down there. Brandon better get himself a cigar. No, you're right. And I think it starts from the very top, right? You talk about culture a lot. We hear it here in Atlanta. You hear it around baseball. But how many people really, truly have it? How many people make it a legitimate goal as far as who they let in their clubhouse? Who do they let lead their team with the uniform on? And at the very top with Snit, and I don't mean to keep doing this, but I will at least one more time. I think about a guy like Bruce Bochy. There's a lot of similarities there in the way that they carry themselves. And when you carry yourself that way, one, you are ultra competitive, but you're not going to be screaming and yelling. You're going to hold guys accountable when it is necessary. That sets the standard for everybody. And when you're a young player and you come in the way that Spencer Schwellenbach did, and even though technically Grant Holmes is not young by age, he is young with experience. When you have that culture set up, you're either going to fit in and help out, or you're not going to be here. And obviously those guys fit in and they helped out in a huge way, and that is why they are here. And it was so fun to watch the younger, inexperienced guys to contribute in such big ways.
It's a testament to the architect, Alex Anthopoulos, as well, who put it all together. One of the leaders of that clubhouse, Ozzie Albies, obviously, was with Hannah Yates as well.
Happy we're going to the playoff, and it starts tomorrow.
How special is this team?
Oh, this team is very special. I'm happy we made it, and like I said, playoff starts tomorrow, and that's when we're going to start taking care of business.
Thanks, Oz. Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Grant, today was a crazy day, but you got the ball in game 2 and delivered 4 great innings. Just the emotions right now that are going through your mind. Can you describe it?
You know, it's hard to describe, you know. It happened so quick. You know, I'm just beyond grateful and blessed. You know, I don't even have words for it.
What was it like after game 1 to try to get ready and have this team transition for a do-or-die game 2?
You know, it was, like you said, it's do or die. Go out there and play your best ball, and wherever the cards lay.
That's Michael Harris, by the way.
That's cold.
You know, but I remember your debut earlier this year, your parents, John, Cheryl, in there. We showed them today in the crowd the emotion, everything that's gone on for you, 10 years in the minors to get here and have this celebration. What's it like?
Unbelievable. You know, there aren't words for it. It's just, you know, I'm super blessed and grateful for this opportunity.
Ready for the postseason?
Absolutely. Always.
All right, man. Go get some champagne.
Thank you.
Hey. What do you enjoy most about an experience like this with your teammates?
I mean, you don't get days like this every day, so you got to enjoy it. I mean, we're in, we're going to compete, and we're going to battle to win a World Series. So we're in, and that's what matters.
Thank you so much, Joe. Enjoy it with your teammates.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, Max, obviously you didn't pitch on this crazy day, but you've meant so much to this organization for 8 years. Sitting over there watching this, what was today like?
I mean, it was, I was telling a lot of people it wouldn't have been the 2024 Braves if we didn't take it down to the wire, you know what I mean? We've overcome so much and gone through so much that it just seems to be the theme of this year is we're always going to grind it out, and when things may look bleak, we're always going to figure out a way to come through.
What was it like in between games? Because game 1, it was just such a roller coaster of emotions. You only had 40 minutes to bounce back in the clubhouse. Take us behind the scenes. What was it like trying to turn the table?
Wasn't enough time to really dwell on it. It was, you know, come back in, change your clothes, maybe grab a quick bite to eat and get back out there. You know, there was a quiet confidence of we knew what we needed to do, and there was definitely a lot of determination in this room, and you know, you were able to see it out on the field. We were able to come through, and we're excited to be able to jump on this plane to go to San Diego.
Yeah, you go to San Diego. Who drafted you? Obviously, you kind of go back to where it started, and look, they've got a great team, great pitching. But how it lines up for you guys, another opportunity in this series, Max, for you to take the mound.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited, and you know, can't wait to just get out there and, you know, playoff baseball is what we play for. It's what we train in the off season, and you know, grind throughout the whole year and sacrifice family to be able to come out and have the opportunity to play for a World Series. So I know this group is excited and can't wait.
Had a pretty big run to that World Series title in 21. Hopefully something similar here in 24. Good luck, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Why not? Why not? Ronald Acuna Jr. absolutely getting involved with the celebrations as well. That is the definition of a champagne shower. Got the shirt off, made sure he enjoyed every bit of that bubbly as they get ready to head out to San Diego. We got to check in with the Big Bear, one of the biggest swings of the day today. He was with Anna.
Marcel, another postseason berth. How special is this one?
This one is special because we get him like on dude, so now we have to keep grinding and go all the way through.
What makes this team and this day special to end the season?
You know, the first game was amazing too, so we don't have no chance. In the second game, we had to battle over there and grind it and then give it the best to our team. So now we in, and the special group we have, we want to continue and do damage.
Now it's the beginning of October baseball. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Pierce, to end this season, regular season, just like this, how special is this moment?
I mean, unbelievable. The absolute grit out of this team to fight day in and day out with all the injuries, with all the ups and downs. Man, it's so cool and so much fun to be a part of.
October just getting started. How special is this group to push forward?
I can't even put it into words. I mean, everybody's fought all year, right? And that's really what playoffs is all about. So I can't wait to see what we're going to do.
Thanks so much, Pierce. Congrats.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Obviously, grit is going to come up a lot when you talk about describing this team. And it was the only option, it felt like at times, given the struggles that they had to endure. I even look back, right, as we recap just what today entailed. The amount of people that had to go back-to-back in a doubleheader. If not for Max Fried's 8 2/3, there are so many different ways, permutations that this could have taken, and for it to go this route in this magnitude of a stage, absolutely exceptional.
You've seen the names that we just spoke to. Ozzy Albies had a day for the ages today. I know it didn't turn out the way we wanted to in game one, but for him to show up like that was absolutely massive. And then Grant Holmes getting the ambush and then putting in the performance of a lifetime. 4 perfect innings, bit of trouble later, but just big efforts from big guys. It's what you need at this time of year, and if you don't get it, then you're not going to be doing this. And this feels way better than it doesn't.
It really does, bro. It really does. Jesse Chavez, another one of those heroes that just stepped up in a major way, especially in the front half of the season. He's with Hannah.
Jesse, you've been part of many postseason runs before. What makes this group special?
The adversity we had to go through all year. We went through it in 21. You know, Ronnie going down at the All-Star break. You know, we found a way to get through it. I mean, that's what we're built on, adversity. That's one word we use around here. We're built on it. And just the fact that we bring everybody together on every given night, it's a huge accomplishment. And to be able to get where we're at, it's going to get scarier.
And for this day to come down to a moment like this, celebrate with your team, how do you describe the emotion?
Emotionless in a way because of what it took to get here. It took all of us and then some. You know, the coaching staff put the hours of work they had to do to get us to this point to where we can go out there and be in a good position. And it's up to the guys to go out there and do it. And it's been incredible. I mean, you saw today with the 2 guys going at it, our horses, with Grant and Schwelle today, and just to get us in a position. So then the guys at the back end of the bullpen, they come in constantly and do their job on a daily basis. I tell you, it's fun to watch.
You've been a leader for this group, Jesse. Thanks so much. Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Travis, a day of emotions unlike many have ever seen. What was today like for you?
Oh, that first game was wild. That might be the craziest baseball game I think I've ever been a part of. You know, being up and then being down and coming back. It was freaking wild.
That's Ray with a little beer shower there. Yeah, you know, and I asked Max about this, but just trying to turn the page so quickly after the emotions of game 1 to game 2, but it's kind of been the story of resiliency of this group all year.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you know, that was a tough loss for us, but we all knew what we needed to do the next game, and we didn't feel sorry for ourselves. We just kept it going and knew we had a good shot at winning game 2, and Holmesy came in and did a tremendous job, and the bullpen came in and shut the door, and Murph did a tremendous job calling another shutout. It's incredible, man. I can't believe we made it.
Well, the staff this year, everything has been so good with the starters that you and Murph have had to catch. But let's focus on what you were hitting on there. Schwellenbach today and Holmes, 2 rookies coming into the biggest spot all season and delivering. What can you say about those 2?
Oh, man, they got nerves of steel. They were both so calm. Neither of them were nervous. And they both had each other's back. They always hang out all the time. So for them to pull on each other's side, it was pretty special. And I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Lastly, they say just get into the dance and see what can happen. Is this team special? They can make a run?
Yes, very much so. Very much so. I believe in our pitching, and our hitting can get the job done too, and I think we got a good shot.
All right, Trav. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right, you ready? I can't see a darn thing in these.
Oh, right here. Listen to my voice.
All right. We're double fisted in the right way here, Whit. How would you describe the emotions?
Anytime you can get to the playoffs, it's worth celebrating, and especially with this team and how this year's gone and what we've been through. I mean, this is something that deserves to be celebrated, and we're going to enjoy this, celebrate the hell out of it for the next little bit. We're in here, maybe on the bus, maybe the first part of the plane, and then it's a long flight, so give us an hour or 2 on the plane, and then we'll start shifting our focus to what we need to do to win in San Diego. But what an accomplishment for this team, and just couldn't be more honored to be here.
Thanks so much, Whit. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Braves president Derek Schiller. This season has been unprecedented in so many ways, but the bottom line, somehow this team, this organization found a way. What's this moment like?
It's incredible. Obviously, these guys have done a lot this year. They've scrapped. My wife actually told me this coming in this morning. I hadn't heard this stat. You may know it. There was only 6 innings the entire year where we played with our original starting lineup. When you think about that, you think about where we now are, celebrating with champagne and cigars and having fun and making it to the postseason, it's incredible.
Yeah, you and I were in Philadelphia last year when the Braves celebrated their 6th straight NL East title, and that was exciting and such a historic season, but there's something about this one it feels that maybe is even a touch sweeter.
Well, obviously, when you go through the types of things that we've gone through as an organization this year, the way this clubhouse came together, whether it was the original people that were in here or all the new guys that had to come in and, step up, it obviously shows that there's a resilience here, there's an attitude here that, obviously it's undaunted. And huge credit goes to Snitker and, what he's done and the entire coaching staff. But obviously the entire organization. He talks so much about this is one organization coming together. And I think, if no other year, this is the year that's really proven. Everybody stepped up and did what they needed to do to get us to this point in time right here.
And you and I talk a lot about Braves country, and today surpassing again 3 million fans through the gates, another season doing that. See the energy in the building today. It was electric.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, we've had great crowd support, fan support throughout the whole year. I do think it's worth noting, and I know you've talked a lot about this on the air, a big piece of Braves country is hurting right now. Whether you're in parts of Georgia on the south that have been hurted because of the hurricane, or up north, parts of Tennessee, North Carolina, North Georgia, all those fans, they're obviously hurting. Our hearts are out to them, but maybe, just maybe, this will give them just a little bit of a smile on their face during this very difficult time for them. And, in some ways, that right now makes us all feel really proud.
Well said, Derek. Last thing, we've said it a lot. If you get into the postseason, anything can happen. I know a lot of people on the outside may be saying, they're pitching shot, yada, 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 but just feels like maybe. Who knows? If you get into the dance, see what can happen next.
Well, look, 21, like how many people said, those guys are they're the World Series champions right there when we first got in. So you never know what could happen. And look, I think a lot about the way in which you get there during the course of the 162 helps define how you're going to be during that postseason. And if you think about it that way, we've had as hard of a time as getting there as anybody that there is. So we've gone through the mountaintops, right? We've climbed those hills, and so we now know what it takes to get here. And who knows? You never know what could happen.
By the way, you doused me in champagne last year. You're lucky I don't have anything because you're way too dry right now, my friend.
Well, maybe next time. When we celebrate again, I'm going to get you.
Next time. Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Aaron, you joined this Atlanta group. How special was it to join that bullpen specifically?
I mean, it's great. The resilience. I think Ole said it yesterday. Nobody cares who got injured. Nobody cares at the end of the day. And all you got to do is get the job done. And, to get the job done, based on all that adversity, it feels really good. So being a part of that is something special.
Rick Kranitz return, how momentous was that for this group?
He's the best, man. He's the heart and soul of staff. He's old school. He's a gritty grinder. And honestly, to, have him as our leader back, it's a blessing to have him back. And, it's been great.
Thanks so much, Aaron. Enjoy it.
Really, guys.
Want to get a chair? From Aaron Bummer in the armbar to so many other acquisitions made throughout the season, it's been a group effort to get to this point. Another one of those gentlemen is Ramon Laureano, who was with Hannah as well.
Ramon, you've been a part of these situations before. Where does this one compare to others in the past?
Oh, this one is pretty far up there, for sure. With all the adversity that we were on and into the last out pretty much, and to be doing this popping champagne, and it's pretty special.
You've been such a special part of this team as well. It's been an unusual start for you this season. You come to this organization. What was the difference for you here?
I got nothing to lose in my life, so I just have to keep going and keep enjoying every moment, and I just can't with nothing to lose kind of mentality, and I just keep it rolling, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
How would you describe the belief that this coaching staff instills in this team?
The experience that they have in the game. They have hundreds of years in the game. They know who to trust. They know how to approach a guy, and they know how to. They're just veteran. They know how this game is more mental than physical. So this is what it takes to get to the playoff.
Thank you so much. Congrats.
Thank you, guys.
Unreal celebration and so well deserved, given, again, like Ramon was just talking about, the amount of adversity that this team faced on a daily basis. It was exceptional. And as Matt said, we know a lot of teams in Major League Baseball go through that. But this felt exceptional. And we have an exceptional skipper at the helm of it all who spoke to the players before this champagne shower began.
Never, ever guaranteed this and enjoy the hell out of it. I don't care how in the hell we get in. We're in now, fellas, because anything can happen as we see. So congratulations. Have a great time. Here we go. Let's go!
Truly, it ain't a damn thing promised, right, Pete? Like it felt like a given with how the past 6 seasons have played out. You're talking 6 straight NL East pennants, a team that was on all sorts of historic runs just last year. And again, it felt like a given at the beginning of the year. However, you learned throughout the 162 games played that not a damn thing is promised at day one. You got to go get it.
We talk about the amount of people it's going to take, not just obviously surrounding the team, but on the team as well. There has been so many guys that have to come out and had to do something, do anything, do one thing to help this team win a game. And it's the culmination of all that. That man right there, Charlie Morton, I mean, he gets another crack at this.
Dog.
You telling me he's not fired up about that?
That's the thing, right? Like, even in this day alone, you saw guys just eager to get right back to where they were used to being in the performances that they're used to having over the course of this season because of how they had to get it out in the mud. Yeah. Joe Jimenez and Rice Iglesias jump to the top of the mine as we join you back here on the Battery at Truist Park with how they seized the opportunity at every turn and really did show exactly why this team is always going to be tabbed with the adjective resilience.
Well, the 2 guys today came in, kind of got kicked in the teeth in the first game, but for them to turn around and say, hey, I still want the ball, go 2 games of a doubleheader at this time of year. Obviously, there's no tomorrow without today.
Right.
So for them to step up and do that, and the way that they did it, Joe, massive confidence boost for him, massive confidence boost for Russell, massive confidence boost for this team now.
100%.
Jesus. Anything can happen in San Diego. They've obviously been a great team that's been building towards this also, but on paper, when you line them up, pretty impressive.
No, it's no shortage of impressive things about this run thus far. And so our postseason table is set. The bracket all settled in after the extra day played by your Atlanta Braves. Again, they will head on out to San Diego to take on the Padres in that divisional round. Best of 3 sets going down beginning tomorrow, 8:45 Eastern for this Atlanta Braves team. Again, the Mets will head right back up to take on the Brew Crew. Winner of that series will take on the Phillies. And this season for the San Diego Padres has been something serious too. Obviously, they took the season set with the 4-3 record, but recently this team has found a groove, Pete, that you got to go in there with the expectation that you're going to be in some more battles.
Luis Arraez has just won the batting title for the 3rd straight year from a 3rd different team. They've got Manny Machado, they've got Fernando Tatis, they've got names up and down that place similar to our lineup. They've been swinging the bats a little bit better. Obviously, their bullpen's a weapon, but that's a team that is built for playoff baseball. So are we.
No question about it. And I do hope, as you mentioned earlier, that Charlie Morton gets another crack at this bad boy. He was with Brandon amidst the celebrations.
Well, Charlie, you've been around a long time. You've seen a lot of baseball. Have you seen anything like today?
No. Yeah, I don't know. That was very strange. I know. I mean, I saw the Mets out there on the TV. They're celebrating out on the field, and we're in here, and we're both headed out. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I've never experienced it.
All the postseason teams you've been a part of, I assume they all have a little bit of a different feel. But this team has been through so much. What does this feel like?
Man, you're right. I honestly, like, they all are different. I was talking to somebody earlier about it. It's like, because you feel different individually, like how your season goes kind of plays a part in how you feel, how the group is done, just the overall feel of the room, the feel of the guys. This group has remained the same. I mean, like, day in and day out, the most consistent, most just high character dudes. And I think that's what made this possible. You know, I keep saying it's like just a huge credit to our front office, to Alex, prioritizing good people. And because, like, when things aren't going right and you look to your left and to your right and you know that the guys that you're in the room with are squared away and they're just good humans, it makes everything a lot better. It makes coming to the park every day enjoyable, even if it's not going the way you wanted it to. And these past 4 years have been so special. This is such a special part of my life, and I'm just so appreciative of everybody here.
And I know you'll look to what's next when this is all said and done, but this could be it for you. You've got wife Cindy, 4 young kids. Do you kind of look around a little more, maybe soak this in a little bit more this year?
I mean, I've been trying to the past few years because I don't know. You know, like, it's weird because I always just assumed, even a long time ago. I mean, shoot, I remember in 2016 telling myself, dude, you need to start enjoying baseball because it's not going to last much longer. And I just remember thinking, like, you're probably not going to be around much longer. And I tried to, like, I tried to do what you said. Like, I remember going to cities and, like, trying to take in the city and, like, just walk around and just, like, I've done the same thing at the ballparks. It's like, man, this might be the last time I toe the rubber here. It might be the last time I walk off this mound. It's like, I always thought that I'd either blow out or I'd be terrible. You know, and, like, yeah, this year didn't go great, but it still wasn't bad enough for me to be like, I can't do it anymore. You know, that's not what has made it hard. What's made it hard is being away from my family and just feeling like I'm not doing my job as a husband, as a father, because I'm not around. And I've been doing this a long time now. So, you know, my wife and my kids, like Cindy, she's just been grinding by herself a lot of the year, and you know, that's what made it tough. But here we are, and you know, they were here for game 1, and then they left, and we're headed out.
Well, but now you get to have one last ride maybe with your baseball family, and thinking about, last question, what this team did in 21, and I know that was a lot different, but think there could be some magic left for this 24 team?
Yeah, I mean, the 21 team, like, it's like we grinded that year. I would say just on a day-to-day basis, this might have felt like a little bit more of a grind. I think because we know what we're capable of doing, and we know what we did last year and the year before, and we know how good we are. I think 21 was just kind of like, I mean, like, we didn't have a winning record in August, and like that's a grind. Like, so, but yeah, this year for sure was. I mean, in a different way, because I think because of that, because we know what we're capable of, and we just didn't hit our stride. So, I mean, but like, we got in, and we got a little momentum going, and 21 happened.
Charlie, you're one of the best. You're one of the classiest people around, and we always appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Good luck in the postseason.
Thank you. Thanks for everything.
Thanks a lot.
Austin, I know you would have done anything to be out on the field with that team tonight, but you're in the dugout cheering them on. How do you describe the emotions of a night like this?
You know, it's a lot of emotions, especially from that first game. Not playing, I definitely have way more anxiety, pacing back and forth through those games. But, I think this shows a lot of fight in this group. And it's been an uphill battle this whole year, and just the injuries and the challenges of things just not going our way. But we're in. That's all that matters, and gives ourselves a chance.
You're a significant part of everything to this very day. How do you talk about how proud you are of this team overall?
I really am proud. I mean, just like I said, the struggles and everything that we've gone through as a group, through the 162, it's been a dogfight, but this group never quit. You know, we believed in each other through the hard times. You know, we leaned on each other even more. And I think that we can use that to our advantage in the postseason. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of veteran postseason experience in this group. How much of a difference does that make moving forward?
Yeah, I think a lot. Just, you know, you guys have been through it. They know what to expect. You know, it's probably going into San Diego. It's going to be loud, you know, and hectic. But, you know, I think they're able to you know, feel through that and be where, you know, where we need to be. And just, you know, like I said, the stuff that we've been through this year, it's just, you know, it's been a grind, but, you know, we're here and that's all that matters.
Great this season. I know the team can't wait to have you back next year. Thank you. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, most of the champagne is dry. The celebration is nearing an end. But, Michael, today, the twists and turns of emotion, just what was today like?
That was the first game was crazy. Obviously, we had to lead the whole game, and then they came out and scored 6. Then we came back and scored 4. Then they came back and scored 2. It was a fun game. Upset we didn't come out with the first one, but I'm glad we were able to get the second one.
For you, 3 years, 3 times in the postseason. But this one, oh, he's going to get a little beer from Dylan Lee. But this one has to feel different, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. We've been through a lot this year, a lot of injuries. Never had the same lineup since game 1, so it was good to, I guess, be able to still make it to this position and have a chance to win the World Series.
And that's the thing. There's all the talk right now across Major League Baseball of, oh, well, they're pitching shot. They've been through too many injuries, but this is a resilient group.
Yeah, a lot of guys stepped up and carried out the rest of the season, did a phenomenal job. So I guess we wouldn't be in this position without the guys that we brought up and brought into our organization to help us win.
Take some robberies and some homers out to San Diego with you, okay?
All right, I'll try.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Orlando, there was no one louder in that dugout cheering on your team all season long. How special was this group to be a part of?
Sí, que tú eres uno de los peloteros más visibles que está apoyando al resto del equipo toda la temporada. Cuéntanos mucho que gozaste este momento.
Mira, me lo gocé mucho, que hasta se pueden dar cuenta que estoy perdiendo hasta la voz. De verdad que tremendo trabajo que hicimos, de verdad, los muchachos hicieron cada uno, hicieron lo que tenían que hacer y gracias a Dios estamos aquí adentro.
The truth is, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I'm even starting to lose my voice. But honestly, I'm just so proud of the team. It feels like all the guys that went out there, did their jobs, did what they had to do, and fortunately, we're all here able to enjoy this moment together.
It's okay.
Thank you, buddy.
It took every single person in this clubhouse to make it possible. How do you describe the next up mentality with this group?
Sí, o sea que tomó cada pelotero con toda la amistad, tras todas las lecciones y todas las cosas que pasó. Cuéntanos cómo pudimos superar todo eso y tener este tipo de éxito de llegar a la postemporada.
Yo siempre he dicho que las cosas pasan por algo y de verdad que siempre estoy agradecido con Dios por todas las cosas que nos han pasado. De verdad que perdimos muchos muchachos buenos durante la temporada y de verdad que los que estuvieron aquí ayudándonos, de verdad que hicieron tremendo trabajo y de verdad que agradecido con todo eso.
You know, I always say that everything happens for a reason, and I'm just really thankful, and I thank God for this opportunity and for him placing me on this team. And, you know, we lost a lot of good guys during the regular season, and that was tough, but, you know, I really just want to commend and congratulate the guys who stepped up in their place and for the job that they did on the rest of the season.
It's taken youth to step up, but also all of the veterans that are going to be entering San Diego now. How much of a difference does that make in October?
Sí, que tenemos muchos veteranos en este equipo. Cuéntanos lo mucho que eso nos va a ayudar aquí en octubre.
Mira, de verdad que eso nos va a ayudar mucho, de verdad, porque ya tienen experiencia en eso y de verdad que yo me imagino que van a tomar sus cosas, cada uno a hacer su trabajo, que es lo que vamos a hacer allá en San Diego y para darle la victoria a toda esa fanaticada que se lo merece aquí en Atlanta.
You know, I think it helps a lot. You know, everyone's been through this before. They know what they're doing. I think everyone's going to go into San Diego with the mentality of just doing their job and getting it done. And we have the mentality of going in against the Padres and winning that series. And really for the city and the fan base here in Atlanta, they deserve it.
Thank you so much. Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
One last double piece from Orlando RC as we close out the celebrations down there in the clubhouse. Clinched. That's all that matters at the day's end. Your Atlanta Braves are October ready for the 7th straight season. It was a battle to get here, Peter Moylan, but you're thankful and looking back at how you were able to overcome all of said challenges. It was no shortage of twists and turns, but they navigated it fairly deftly to get to this point.
Yeah, they had to. There was no other choice. They were kicked in the teeth early on, and they found a way. They pitched their way here, to be honest.
No question.
Pitched their way
no
here.
question.
An unbelievable effort from the starting rotation, a great effort from the bullpen, and just now, like everybody keeps saying, you're in, it's time to win.
That's it, man. A couple of big swings of the bat and some dang good pitching. It's the formula that we laid out before we got things started today. And you see the 213 home runs by years in, second most in the National League. They obviously accounted for dang near a lot of their runs, I should say, via the home run as well. But it was just a testament to just finding a way. I will go back to that phrase time and time again with regards to how you land in a chance at the postseason against the San Diego Padres.
Just as good a chance as anybody at this point. That's exactly the way you have to look at it. They've got a long flight out to San Diego, but they can pick this thing up and figure it out.
Who knows what rolls here from here on out in October. It's been a joy to be with you here on the Braves coverage after they have clinched their 7th consecutive postseason bid. Don't go nowhere, though. Xfinity presenting Braves Live's postgame after the break here. But we leave you with the top moments from 2024.
Sensational play by Austin Riley.
Wonderful pitching by Spencer Schwellenbach.
The rookie continues to excel. In Orlando, how about that? Another dazzling play from the Braves shortstop.
Throw home is in time. A perfect toss from Jared Kelenic.
Stopped by Riley. Throws across, and that'll do it.
It is a grand slam for Travis d'Arnaud. His 3rd homer of the night.
That is painted on the outside corner. Struck him out. Max Fried having his own Boston K party. That baby is not coming back. And he's swinging and missing at Charlie Morton's curveball. Harris is back. Oh my! He brought it back. Ozzie Albies diving stop. Ozzie Albies. He lifts it high. He lifts it deep. That day is gone. Double play. The ballpark holding. Kelenic has it. Welcome back, Michael Harris. A grand slam into McCovey Cove.
And the Braves refuse to go quietly.
Ho, ho, ho. Put that on the highlight reel. Matt Olson hits it high. Matt Olson hits it deep. It's a grand slam. Safe. And the Braves find a way. Jorge Soler with a moonshot. Michael will charge. Oh, he got it. Got it. Schwellenbach gassed him up. And Schwellenbach is rolling. And it's into the chop house for a big fly from the Big Bear. He struck him out. A masterpiece. Travis d'Arnaud with the biggest home run of the Braves season. And they walk it off 2-1. Buckle up. That ball is hit out to left. The Braves are going to grab the lead back. And it's 7-6 Atlanta. Let's go! 3 outs to head to the postseason, and it will be Raisel Iglesias.